that black men were being lynched for looking at a picture of a white woman. Do you see? And now we are told, well, now everything is opened up. Well, I want to understand, well, why is it that everything is opened up? I think everything is opened up since black men started talking about black power. You see, when black men start talking about black power, then that says, well, all right, maybe there will be a challenge to the system of white supremacy domination, not only in this area of the world, but all over the world. So the white supremacy system says, all right, well, now what do we do to, get these people back in control? And what do we do to get them back in check? That is the black man. Well, we'll lay our ace trump card on them, which is a white woman.
What's up, YouTube family? Welcome back to my channel. This is Evans Raiola, and guys, on today's video we want to talk about the topic of black men and white women, and to cover this topic is Dr. Wesling. We all know Dr. Wesling as one of the most prominent psychiatrists in the history of the US of A. So in this specific topic, Dr. Wesling discusses interracial relationships, particularly between black men and white women, within the framework of what she calls the crest theory of color confrontation. She argues that these relationships are influenced by the dynamics of white supremacy, where white individuals might seek to neutralize what she describes as their genetic recessiveness by engaging in relationships with black people who are genetically dominant traits, particularly the melanin. Dr. Wesling contended that white supremacy is fundamentally about the fear of genetic annihilation, where interracial relationships are seen as a way to perpetuate white dominance by diluting the genetic pool of black people. So guys, having that in mind, I want us to watch this video of Dr. Wesling talking about the issue of black men and white women. And guys, after the video has ended, we'll come back and do a critical analysis of the same. Let us watch this video.
This is the part one of a two-part series entitled Black Man, White Woman. Significantly, it was not entitled Black Woman, White Man because in the last 10 years, the statistics indicate that there is a significant increase in relationships between black men and white women and a significant decrease in relationships between black women and white men. With me to discuss this very volatile issue are two leading psychiatrists, Dr. Frances Wesling, a member of the psychiatric department of the Medical College at Howard University, and Dr. Alvin Poussant, a psychiatrist, a member of the Medical College at Harvard University, and author of the well-known book, Why Blacks Kill Blacks. To begin with you, Sister Wesling, why do you believe, basically, black men are becoming so significantly attracted to white women, or is it vice versa?
I'd like to turn it around. I think, first of all, that white women are seeking black men first. Some are attracted to white women, and I don't think that we can understand this phenomena unless we understand really what is the larger dynamic that is occurring not only in this society but in the world at large. And the way that I look at that phenomena is that number one, we are living within the context of a system of white supremacy, which is my definition of racism. Racism is a worldwide system of white supremacy, domination, and control, and all of the behavior that we see all over the world, whether it's the behavior of the black woman, the white woman, the black man, or the white man, is occurring within the dynamics of this system. And we can understand what is happening as far as the white woman, black man relationship and why that is on the increase, I think, if we understand the need for the system to remain intact.
But Frances, you don't think that the black man has a special attraction toward the white woman?
Oh, yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Why is that?
Well, he has been programmed historically to feel that, first of all, this is the woman who is the woman in the world, and this is a thing that has been denied him, in terms of, let's say, male-female relations or sexual partners. The black man, at least in this area of the world, has been told historically, you cannot touch this woman. And so at that level of social dynamic programming, yes, the black man has always felt, well, this is the one thing that I have been denied in this society. And so many black men, I think, at one level, they are moving towards white women as white women move. White women are the major aggressors in this situation. But the black man is playing his role because he says, well, this is a thing that I've been denied. This is the thing that is going to be the great equalizer.
I think, though, that the need has sort of been exaggerated, because if we look at those statistics you just mentioned, actually in the past decade, even with the increase, there's only about 43,000 black man, white woman marriages. That's a very, very tiny percentage. That means about 2% of black men are married to white women. Now, if we had accepted the propaganda, that is the white propaganda, that all black men desire a white woman and they want to marry your daughter, you would expect the incidence of the marriages to really be increasing at a much greater rate.
I was going to ask, does it mean that that the fact that if we accept the fact that black men do feel that white women are preferable to black women, are we saying that their behavior in the context of standard behavior is normal or abnormal?
Well, I don't like to use those terms. I would prefer to understand the phenomena. For example, if we start labeling behavior, like for example, homosexuals don't like to be called pathological, for one thing. And I think that it is more useful if we say, well, let us try to understand the phenomena of homosexuality, as opposed to saying, well, now that's sick, and then people get turned off and they don't spend time trying to understand the dynamic. In the same way, I don't want to look at the phenomena of, cross-color sexual mating or marriage or whatever. And in terms of pathology, I would rather say, well, let's try to understand what actually is going on.
But you call the white woman the aggressor.
I say that she is aggressive because we live in the context of a white supremacy society in which white people are the dominant group. They are the people who control the power. We are the oppressed people. We are the people who are victims of that system. Just like, in terms of history, it was just a short 2 months ago in terms of the whole historical span that black men were being lynched for looking at a picture of a white woman. Do you see? And now we are told, well, now everything is opened up. Well, I want to understand, well, why is it that everything is opened up? I think everything is opened up since black men started talking about black power. You see, when black men start talking about black power, then that says, well, all right, maybe there will be a challenge to the system of white supremacy domination, not only in this area of the world, but all over the world. So the white supremacy system says, all right, well, now what do we do to, get these people back in control? And what do we do to get them back in check? That is the black man. Well, we'll lay our ace trump card on them, which is a white woman.
In other words,
you see, which brings the black man then back within the context that the white supremacy system is going to work for you. See, we've denied you this, now you have it. But on close examination, in spite of all of the black-white marriages, the black-white sex that has occurred throughout history, in the last 500 years, there has been no serious tampering with the maintenance of white supremacy, certainly not through the bedroom activity. Do you see what I'm saying? But in other words, it throws people off balance.
So
in other words,
the white woman is still, I think, in a position of psychological dominance.
Right.
And so far as she is, that's a form of white supremacy, and that the black men are frequently responding to her dominant position, the fact that she is considered a superior status object in a society. But getting back to this point,
well, let me ask a question before you move to that. Then if we accept that, are we saying that the black men who marry white women are asking for dominance from a female?
No, the black men who are married by white women.
but the trend you continually...
No, I think that they are looking for status.
The black men are looking for status.
The black men are looking for status whether they are aware of it or not. In other words, as long as you have white supremacy domination any place in the world, whether it's Brazil, whether it's Hawaii, whether it's Japan, any place, you name it, that as long as the people of color are the people who are oppressed, then when a marriage occurs, in other words, the dominator says, I will pick you amongst the victims who I dominate to marry you, then the victim says, oh goody, this means I'm in.
Well, that's true, but if I can ask this question.
Okay.
It seems, the way you are framing your analysis, that the almost total blame, if we can use that word, for interracial marriages is because of, one, white society vis-a-vis white supremacy.
Seeking to maintain itself.
And two, white women being the aggressors. You seem to be saying, and I'm asking a question, that black men are just blameless and they're sort of like the victims of something that they have no control over, or that they have no need to be married to a white woman for some perhaps pathological basis.
No, let's say, for example, if you set up the conditions for the development of a sadomasochistic relationship, then the masochist as well as the sadist is a part of that relationship, and they are playing roles that they have been conditioned to play. In other words, a person who is a masochist seeks out the sadist because then they could play their sort of dual game, their mutual reciprocity together. Now, within the dynamic of the system of white supremacy, you have, for example, many of the white women who are with black and other non-white men are actually, I believe, having a dialogue with white men.
How does that work?
See, the dialogue goes like this according to my analysis. First of all, the white women, we have the women's liberation movement, which is a dynamic of white females. Okay, they are asking for liberation out from under the white male. All right, now within the dynamic of the white supremacy culture, you also have penis envy. In other words, the white men have been perceived as being dominant over the woman. And so the woman says, well, I wish I had a penis. Okay, so what does she do? She says, well, I'll go out and get one that's supposed to be more powerful than yours, but I'm going to control it because we are white and we control all of the non-whites. So she goes out and she selects, and all this is unconscious, you know, activity, if you will. She goes out and selects a non-white male, be he black or any other non-white. Then she is walking down the street, or they can go to the, you know, justice of the peace or the priest or be married. And anytime a white man sees that, she is communicating to him, see, I've got one because I am in control of this.
Family, I really like the teachings of Dr. Wesling because she puts out the issues affecting black people in America. So guys, in this video, she first talks about the topic of black man and white woman. Dr. Wesling says that she thinks that white women are seeking black men first. And she also mentions that some black men are attracted to white women. It's rare. But she says that she thinks that white women are seeking black men. We must first understand the larger dynamic, you know. And she says that the larger dynamic is that we are living within a system of white supremacy. So these relationships are based on white supremacists, you know. All the behavior we see is occurring because of the system. The system in question is the system of white supremacists. Black men are programmed to feel white women are the real women in the world. Historically, it could be during the slavery time. Historically, the black man was told that you cannot look and touch this woman. The black man felt that this is what had been denied for him in the society for the longest time, you know. During the days of slavery, black men were told that they could not touch or just look at the white women. Right now, when they get the opportunity, they feel like it's lucrative. This is something they've always wanted. This is an opportunity that they've always been denied, and they find it to be the perfect opportunity for them to indulge with these women, you know. They feel like this is the great equalizer, or rather, this is something I have been denied for the longest time. This is something I want, but they do not know that this is a plan by the white supremacists. These are the words of Dr. Wesling, guys. Let us continue. She says that white women are aggressive because we live in a context of white supremacists society in which whites are dominant. Have you heard till there? The white women are aggressive, and they know that they live in a society where white people are dominant. So during slavery, black men were being lynched looking at a photo of white women. Black men have always been threatened just going close to white women. And remember, in those days, those are the same days that white supremacists took our women and raped them, indulged with them sexually, forcefully, you know. When black men start talking about power, the issue is different. The system of white supremacists look for ways to shut these black folks. Whenever black folks plan to start talking about the power they have, the white women take this as an opportunity, or rather, generally, the white supremacists take this as an opportunity to shut them by using their white ladies. This is a theory as presented by Dr. Wesling. So what they do, the system of white supremacy domination looks for ways to shut blacks. The first thing they do is offer them white women. They were lied to that the system will work for them. You're told that in the days of slavery you could not touch or even look at these white women, but right now you can have them as your wives. So they are lied to them that the system will work for them if they give white folks opportunity. This is how they were lied to those days. Black men marrying white women are looking for status. As long as the people of color are people who are oppressed and the denominator is always the white folk, what they do, the white women choose to take a black man, then they'll be the denominant in that relationship. That's the strategy they use. They want to take black men. Then once they're in the relationship, they see the, how do I put it? They see the black folks, or rather the colored man, as oppressed, and they feel that they are privileged. So white women seek black men because they are in a dialogue with white men. Sorry, let me repeat this. White women seek black men because they are in a dialogue with white men. The white man has been perceived to be dominant over the woman. So the woman goes out and finds someone they can control because they believe the whites are always in control. So these women are taking it to black folks to find control. And this is the theory of Dr. Wesling. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Kindly do consider subscribing to my channel for amazing black stories in the US. And I just started a series of black history. If you haven't watched the other episodes, kindly go check them out. You will enjoy them. I've done videos of Cloud Anderson. I've done videos of Carol Anderson. I've done some videos of Dr. Fred Price, and all these people who are black people who are trying to push for the rights of black folks in the US. If you enjoy such videos, this is your channel, guys. So kindly do consider subscribing, liking this video, and comment down below. Thank you guys, and see you all in the next video. Goodbye.